I'm feeling like I've just been sucker punched again. Why didn't this do what it's supposed to do when I'm doing what I'm supposed to do?
Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face when you're sleeping. My 600 Pound Life is an American reality TV show. It goes around the stories of morbidly obese individuals. However, these patients have some very overwhelming, blown-down pasts, which led them to the point where they existed, and the journey which lay ahead was not easy either. Here are some of the agonizing stories of the patients from the show. Ashley Dunn.
There's not a day that goes by that I don't have pain. And just walking the 20 feet from my bed to my bathroom is extremely painful.
When Ashley Dunn from Texas first appeared on the show, she weighed just over 725 pounds. The 27-year-old had been obese for much of her life, but physicians warned her that if she didn't change her eating habits, she wouldn't live up to 30. Ashley, who had started comfort eating large amounts of food and candies when she was just 6 years old, received a wake-up call as a result of this. Ashley revealed that her mother was a drug addict who was rarely there, and that her babysitter's husband had been assaulting her. For comfort, she began binge eating, and her addiction carried her into adulthood. Ashley is one of the most unforgettable personalities in my 600 Pound Life. Fortunately, she was determined enough to prove herself to Dr. Now and lost enough weight to receive her gastric bypass surgery, which only further aided her weight loss journey. However, watching her episode was agonizing for many because while her husband worked away as a truck driver, she stayed at home with her 6-year-old son, who looked after his mother.
Patrick is too young to be doing the stuff that he does. I should do everything for him.
Zalyn Whitworth.
I have an 8-year-old daughter that, what if I die and then she's motherless?
Zalyn Whitworth from San Antonio, Texas, appeared in Season 2, Episode 1 of My 600 Pound Life. The 42-year-old had reached a peak weight of 694 pounds. Zalyn could barely stand up and walk, and she knew that she could die very soon if she continued with the path she was on, as it was making her life very hard. Most of the patients on the show get support from their friends and family, whereas Zalyn had none, and it was truly agonizing to watch, as her husband was trying to undermine her progress, which came as no surprise as they both met when Zalyn worked as a fat fetish model. He got more abusive over time and demanded, therefore, she gain more weight. But despite her husband's influence, Zalyn managed to lose enough weight and get her gastric bypass surgery. The most painful part was when her husband took her to a fast food restaurant.
Don't chip him.
If he's going to go ahead and try and tempt me like this, it's hurtful.
To encourage her to gain more weight. And at one point when Zalyn ordered salad, Garth, her husband, said that, "I'm not buying you a salad. If you want to eat grass, you can go in the garden and graze." Being all alone in this transformation is loads to take in, but Zalyn was determined enough to carry on, and she said that being alone a lot has been a bit of an adjustment for me, so I've struggled with being depressed when I don't see my daughter Hannah for a while. Being alone has made it even harder for me to deal with my cravings. But she kept going and made it to her weight loss surgery and is still working hard on herself to change for the better. Kudos to the women. Lisa Fleming.
That wasn't bad, was it?
Hit me, Daddy! Hit me!
Lisa Fleming from Alabama, Texas, was 709 pounds when she first appeared on the show. Lisa had pampering parents who would prepare the meal of her choice. When she was 9, her parents got divorced, and her brother was killed right before her eyes. To cope with such traumatic incidents, she started binge eating. She found her only comfort in food. She even started sneaking food behind her parents' back. Her boyfriend Herbert was playing the major role of her enabler, feeding her to death.
When I be cooking the food, I don't never give her no.
Lisa was completely immobile when she got to Houston. She had gotten to the point that maggots were found in the folds of her skin, which made her realize that she had to change her life around for good. A maggot is a small fly that deposits eggs under the skin and can cause skin diseases.
He used to be a kid because he's so busy catering to me.
She was also suffering from lymphedema. To redeem herself, she came to Houston, Texas to seek Dr. Nazaridan's help. And to get her to Houston, there were 7 paramedics that arrived with multiple emergency vehicles building a ramp. just to get her out of her house. And this agonizing scene was nothing to what happened at the hospital. Dr. Now discovered that her boyfriend Herbert was sneaking in food for her. And when the doctors cleared this up, she kept screaming that she wanted to go home, as she wanted to be left alone to die. As Lisa made no progress, she was sent home, where she passed away.
I'd rather you just send me back to my house and leave me alone.
Shanae Murray.
Inside, I felt terrible, but I just hid all my feelings in. I started sneaking food right after that incident.
When we first met Shanae on the show, she weighed 712 pounds and was completely devastated over abuse as a child and had 2 miscarriages. To cope with all these traumatic events, she turned to binge eating. She referred to food as her only comfort. She kept saying that food makes me feel better. It makes me feel happy.
When I'm eating, I do feel happy.
When she got on the show, she implied that she wants to take control of her life by losing weight, but she carried on with her same food habits as she kept her unhealthy eating and lied about it. To clear things up, Dr. Now went to her and asked her why she was not losing any weight. She claimed of gaining water weight.
Shanae, the lying need to stop now. Okay, Shanae? Here's the situation. The hospital staff not only seen you eating pizza, but burgers, and then you're smart enough not to throw it to your own trash, throw it in somebody else's trash. Why?
I'm telling you, doctor, I got water
You
weight.
should have lost 130 pounds by now.
And Dr. Now said that she was just making things up. Murray didn't get approved for weight loss surgery. She continued to eat foods that were not on the program, including a famously illicit pizza, and never dealt with her underlying emotional issues. And Dr. Now, when he called her at her house to know why she was not keeping up with her appointment, she explained to the doctor over the phone everything happening is a part of God's plan, and that she can't trust him trying to help her unless he believes in God too.
It's a matter of medicine and science and physiology.
And I understand that, but do you believe in God?
To which he tries and fails to explain to her that what's happening is a matter of medicine and science, not faith. Shanae's surgery never got approved, and she tried to have her surgery financed through donation. Jean Covey.
And food was what helped me do that. Because when I ate, I felt better.
A 39-year-old woman, Jean, appeared on Season 7, Episode 11 of My 600-Pound Life. When she met with Dr. Now for the first time, her weight was 702 pounds. At the beginning of the show, Jean shared that the reason behind the condition was because of her terrible childhood experience. She shared that her parents' divorce and being molested by her mother's boyfriend made her bitter. Jean's mother, Barbara, revealed that when she was just 5, she began stealing snacks to retaliate. She started sneaking junk food in her room.
My life can't get any worse, but my body and my health are getting worse by the day.
And became addicted to binge eating, and ended up becoming immobile and could not perform minor tasks on her own. Jean's life had been a drifty ride, and it only seemed to get worse during her time on the show. On the show, she kept saying that my life can't get worse than this.
I hate my life. I feel like I'm living the same miserable day.
Jean lost 53 pounds during her stay at the hospital. She was sent back home to carry on with her diet regimen, but there she gained 30 pounds more. But she was given a second chance because of her tenacity and dedication, that this time she would try harder. But she failed horribly, losing only 8 pounds over the next 2 months, as she lost her father by the end of the episode, who had died in his sleep. Her mother's illness also caused her to lose it. Jean gave up on her weight loss journey and moved back home.
So I just have to accept the fact that I'm done with Dr. Now's program.
Paula Jones. When Paula appeared in 2014 on the show, she was 39 years old. She came in after her husband had died due to obesity, and she herself was reaching the same weight very quickly. She weighed 542 pounds, and she came in by moving to Houston to get closer to Dr. Now's place, and instead of losing, she gained another 17 pounds. Paula had trouble with working out as it was harder than she had imagined, but she was determined to go on for the sake of her children, as she knew she had to do something about her health. Dr. Now did his best to help her, and she finally got her gastric bypass surgery, which she desperately needed after the surgery. She hit the gym to start with additional workouts to further improve herself in her journey to weight loss, but she struggled in working out, and what she did after the gym was truly agonizing to see. She drove directly to get a burrito and undid all the hard work she did at the gym. That's all for today's viewers from Agonizing Stories on my 600-Pound Life show. And if you liked the video, leave a comment below and rub the like button hard. Last but not least, don't forget to hit the bell icon and subscribe to our channel for our latest videos.